Where's north from here?
Alright there, trainers, so the other day we got another trailer for Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon that gave us very little confirmed info, but it did give us a lot of small details and little hints to things that are coming in the future. For example, that empty plot of land on Mela Mela Island is probably going to be the Alola Photo Club. Now this hasn't been confirmed or anything, but just looking at the building and the fact there's a camera on a tripod in the window, I think that makes a lot of sense. We see Kahili, who appears to be showing you how to use a Z move. So does this mean she's a new trial captain? And if she is, then what's her trial site gonna be? It looks like she's in a cave in the trailer, but I think it would be pretty cool if her trial had something to do with the golf course. And the big glaring question here is that plot of land isn't a gym, and Kahili could be a new trial captain. So does that mean we don't have gyms? Well, my gut feeling now is no, I don't think we are going to have gyms in Alola. But then we see Ryuki, who looks like he's going to have a more prominent role, which is good for a start, but he appears to be in Lieutenant Surge's gym, or somewhere that looks a lot like it. So what's going on there? Well, I reckon this place that looks like Lieutenant Surge's gym is either Sophocles' trial, which has been done up to look like Surge's gym as like a tribute, or it's a brand new trial site which has been based off Lieutenant Surge's gym, and it's a psychic type trial, and the totem Pokemon is Alolan Raichu. But what about Ryuki? Well, I think he's there to either complete the trials or just to entertain the idea, collect all the gym badges, and this is the first time you meet him, and he's going to be more like a Gladion type of rival, where Hao is probably still going to be your main rival, but Ryuki will be like a secondary rival. He appears every now and then, and he's got something pretty big going on story-wise. Are we going to Kanto? Absolutely not. I do not think we're going to go to Kanto after Alola. This is not Lieutenant Surge's gym. It's just somewhere that looks a lot like it, like a replica or a tribute to it. And now the big thing that has got everyone talking is this clip of a Rockruff that appears to be following the main protagonist. Now, a lot of people are taking this as Pokemon follow you, just like from Heart Gold and Soul Silver. Maybe not confirmed, but heavily implied that we're going to have Pokemon following us again in Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. Now, personally, I don't think we will, at all. I think this is just like a random Rockruff that's just there, and it's like an environment interaction type of thing, and you run past this Rockruff and it just decides to follow you for a little bit, and after you get so far it'll run away and go back to wherever it was. Similar to how in the reveal trailer we saw the protagonist leave the house and that Wingull flies over their head and follows them up that path. I think it's just there to look good and just to be like a little quirky interactive thing. I don't think Pokemon are going to follow us, because in that clip we see of the protagonist running past the photo club, or what I'm assuming is the photo club, there isn't a Pokemon following them. So I don't think that's going to happen. Maybe on the Switch game that's going to come out, but not in Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. And there's a few changes to the map in general as well. Now, as I said, that plot of land in Mela Mela was filled, but certain plots of land on the other islands have been filled as well, but not all of them, which is making me think even more that gyms are not going to be a thing. There's a new beach on Mela Mela Island in the northwest corner, which looks like it has these white tents on it. Now, I've seen other PokeTubers and people on Twitter call them containers. I'm guessing they mean like off container ships, but I think they look kind of like the tents you'd see on an archaeological dig, and they're on a few of the islands as well. It's not just Mela Mela. There's one on Ula Ula and there's one on Akala Island too. There's also certain areas where it looks like some of the water that was there originally has dried up. I don't know what's going on here, but if the water has gone, especially at Brookett Hill, that'll make a really cool environmental change, and it'd be interesting to see what Pokemon we can find there and what the trial site would be, because it was wishy-washy, but if there's no water there, then what's it going to be? Maybe that's where Kahili's new trial is, and she just replaces Lana. And of course, the huge change is this dark portal or cloud that's over Pony Island, and it looks a lot like the cloud that's over Mount Coronet in the Sinnoh region. Now this is where the Gen 4 remake speculation comes in. For starters, does this have anything to do with Giratina? Possibly. I mean, it looks very similar. But there's also the clouds on the map that resemble Palkia and Dialga, and when we had that on the original map, it was clouds that looked like Ho-Oh and Lugia, and we're now getting Gold and Silver released in the Virtual Console next month. So could this be a hint that Gen 4 remakes are on the way? Well, yeah, I think it is. And as for Pokemon following you, well, if it does return, that is a Gen 4 mechanic. It wasn't in the Sinnoh games, but it was part of Generation 4. So there's a lot of hints to Diamond and Pearl, but I reckon if it does come, it's going to be that game on the Switch, or it's going to be part of Generation 8, which will be on the Switch. It just makes sense. Excluding Fire Red and Leaf Green, every remake has been on the double generation of the one they belong to. So Generation 2 was remade in Gen 4, Gen 3 was remade in Gen 6, so it would make sense for Gen 4 to be remade in Gen 8. And eventually when Gen 10 comes round, we'll get Black and White remakes. And that's all I've got to say. Those are just a couple of thoughts I've had from that recent trailer and from the fallout of that trailer, just seeing what other people are speculating about. I just wanted to throw my penny into the hat, so to speak. Let me know in the comment section what you think Ryuki's part is going to be in Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon's story. And what do you think that place that looks like Lieutenant Surge's gym is? If you liked this video, then hit that subscribe button and don't forget to turn on notifications to stay up to date with all my uploads. I'll see you all in the next video, but until then, keep training and have a good one. See you later.